Hello, my name's Sharla and welcome to my craft room. This is week 4 of the Knit-along challenge. This week's pattern is a bit of a tongue twister. It's called garter stitch stripes. It's taken me ages to say that. So you'll need at least 2 colours to work with. Let's get started. So for this square you need 2 different colours. It's a garter stitch square like we did in our first week, but I thought it'd be nice to introduce a bit of variety to it in doing a couple of different colours. Now you could do more than 2. I just thought it'd be nice to do a two-way stripe. So the first thing we need to do is to cast on. So I've cast on 32 stitches here for this square. And like our garter stitch before, we will do all knitting stitch. So first of all we need to knit 2 rows. So there's our first 2 rows in garter stitch in the sort of turquoisey colour, and now I'd like to introduce another colour. So I'm going to get the pink. And because we're only doing thin stripes, I'm going to carry rather than keep cutting the yarn, I'm going to carry the yarn up the side of the square, and I'll show you how to do that. So you put your needle into as if to stitch the first stitch on the third row, but rather than using the blue, get the end of the pink yarn here and just lay it along with the blue yarn, okay, and take that round the needle and knit a couple of two or three stitches with that, and then you can just afford to just tighten that up a little bit. Okay, so we can carry on knitting along our row. So there's the one row done. And as we turn it round, you just want to make sure at this end that that end doesn't come loose. You could actually leave a longer tail if you wanted to as well. So we'll do our second row in pink. Okay, so there we go. There's our 2 rows. I've said in this pattern that we're going to do 2 of one colour and 4 rows in the second colour. Again, if you want to do even stripes you can do, but I just thought it would look quite nice to have thick and thin. So we're going to do another 2 rows in garter stitch. So what I would do is take the working yarn, so the colour that you're just working in now, and take it under the other colour and then up. So it's literally a small twist, and then you can start, and you see it's carrying it up behind. So we'll go and carry on knitting our next row. So there we go, there's our 4 rows done in pink, and we're going to go back to our turquoise now. So you're going to bring the turquoise yarn up from here, and you're going to twist it round the yarn, and that becomes our working yarn now. And it just means that by twisting it round the pink, you're pulling you're taking the pink up the side of your square. So we can do our 2 rows in knit in our turquoise now. So there's the 2 rows of turquoise knit done. So now we're going to change colours. So you get the working yarn, or the one that you have been using, at the back, and then bring the pink up and twist it round. There we go. And off we go, doing our 4 rows of garter stitch, not forgetting that at the end of the second row, as you start your third row, you just twist the turquoise around the pink again, just to carry it on up the side of your square. So we can carry on now doing this pattern, alternating with our pink and our turquoise, and until you have a square made. So probably, if it's anything like the first garter stitch, probably about 56, 57 rows, something like that. Okay, let's carry on. So there we go, that's our next square all done and dusted, and it looks really, really nice. And just in case you wondered, this is what when you've brought your wool up the side of your square, that's how neat it should look, hopefully. There we go. And it saves having all of those pieces to sew in. Now, I did have a question from somebody this week, which I'll answer here now, as to what to do with the ends once you've finished and you've cast off and on. For the time being, just leave them as they are, just a short, not too short, but you can just leave them, not sew them in. Okay. You'll find the pattern for this week's square and all the previous squares on my Facebook page, Handmade by Sharla. So that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed doing this lovely square, and see you next week with a new pattern. Bye for now.